Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. June 1st. A changed outlook. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 84. When I was drinking, my attitude was totally selfish, totally self-centered. My pleasure and my comfort came first. Now that I am sober, self-seeking has started to slip away. My whole attitude toward life and other people is changing. For me, the first A in our name stands for attitude. My attitude is changed by the second A in our name, which stands for action. By working the steps, attending meetings, and carrying the message, I can be restored to sanity. Action is the magic word. With a positive, helpful attitude and regular AA action, I can stay sober and help others to achieve sobriety. My attitude now is that I am willing to go to any length to stay sober. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, June 1st. A longtime member says, an expectation is a premeditated resentment. I take this statement to suggest that when I have a resentment, I can look to my expectations for a probable source. Here's an example. I have a brother who is less attentive to being prompt than I am. When I make a plan with him that involves meeting at a certain time, I am cooperating in establishing conditions that encourage me to nurse a resentment. On the other hand, when I make a plan with my brother that is based on no expectation of promptness, I feel no resentment. Today's reminder. I have the right to choose my own standards of conduct, but I do not have the right or the power to impose those standards on others. There is a quote from Living with Sobriety, and it reads, I have accepted myself, and I'm beginning to accept other people the way they are each day. Now I have fewer resentments. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, June 1st. Keep coming back. We don't have to be clean when we get here, but after the first meeting, we suggest that newcomers keep coming back and come back clean. We don't have to wait for an overdose or a jail sentence to get help from Narcotics Anonymous. Basic text, page 10 through 11. Very few of us arrive in NA brimming with willingness. Some of us are here because we are court-ordered to attend. Some have come to save our families. Some come in an effort to salvage a career teetering on the brink of ruin. It doesn't matter why we are here. It only matters that we are here. We have heard it said that if we bring the body, the mind will follow. We may come to meetings with a chip on our shoulders. We may be one of those who sits in the back of the rooms with our arms folded across our chests, glaring threateningly at anyone who approaches us. Perhaps we leave before the final prayer. But if we keep coming back, we find that our minds begin to open up. We start to drop our guard and begin to really listen when others share. We may even hear someone talking with whom we can relate. We begin the process of change. After some time in NA, we find that more than our minds have arrived in our meeting rooms. More importantly, our hearts have arrived too. After that happens, the miracles really begin. Just for today, I will strive to listen with an open mind to what I hear shared. Today, Emotions Anonymous, June 1st. Reflection for today. Sometimes I forget that I am never alone and have a terrible feeling of deprivation because of absence of friends and loved ones. On those days, I have to remind myself of God's presence within me. I have forgotten for that moment that God is always with me at home, at work, in the car, or even in unfamiliar surroundings. Wherever I am, God is with me. When I remember that fact, a feeling of peace and serenity enfolds me and I relax. I feel strong, courageous, and loved. I can do all that is required of me this day. I can get along without the friends and loved ones until their return because my higher power is with me. Meditation for today. On lonely days, remind me of your presence. Today I will remember God and I can conquer the world. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. June 1st. True self. We begin to see that we can bring our true selves to a relationship. We have something to offer that is different than unhealthy dependence. This is what ACA recovery looks like. BRB, Big Red Book, page 265. Discovering our true selves, what a journey. When we look back at our first ACA meeting, we thank our higher power for getting us here. Maybe we hoped for a quick fix to stop the insanity and to have a better life, or a miracle answer about how to fix other people. But that's not exactly how things turned out. As we keep coming back, we find that working the steps is not always easy, nor is it pretty. But the key to freedom is courage, vulnerability, and the willingness to shed our tears while we follow this quest. We work with a sponsor or fellow traveler who has walked this walk before. We discover our ineffective behavior patterns and become willing to change. We don't get stuck on blaming our parents and the generations before them. Slowly, the ACA promises come true. As we work our program, we develop those characteristics and learn to breathe and love life. We play again. We become healthier and have healthier relationships with ourselves, our families, our friends, and community. We become sponsors and help others through the swamps, gently and tenderly, the way we were shown. With the help of our higher power, we discover we had the ruby slippers all along. The affirmation reads, "On this day, I continue to do the work that helps me discover more aspects of my healthy, true self. I am Day. DAA are my initials, and I am the founder and owner of DHB Recovery Network Daily Affirmations, Reflections, Devotions, and Meditations. Walk with me on the recovery journey. Please share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be, one day at a time. And remember that you are not alone."